Las Vegas is packed with exciting things to do, even if you don't gamble. But with so much happening, it's hard to know what's worth your time and money. Let's discover 18 fun things to do in Vegas, from unique hotel interiors to oddball experiences, casual eats to themed cocktail bars, and even a sexy circus show. At the end, we'll share our full list of Insider Vegas recos.
When you first get to Vegas, I think the first thing we'd recommend doing is just walking the strip. So you'll see a lot of weird characters. You can get drinks, you can walk around with alcohol.
Take in the architecture of the different hotels. Some of them are just standard, pretty glass towers. Some of them have more theming, like Paris, which we're coming up on shortly.
Some of them have a little special kind of like indoor things, like the Venetian, for example, has like canals and gondolas.
At the Bellagio, they have a seasonal floral scene that changes throughout the year. So nice to just kind of embrace it. Even if you're not into fantasy, I think there's something for everyone to enjoy in here because all these plants are real. It's amazing. This is 100% what our plants are going to look like when we get home in 5 days.
We're hoping to see a couple shows. We're definitely going to go see O by Cirque du Soleil. Last time we were here, we saw Ka, which was fantastic and like very unique in its presentation. O is also super unique, as you'll see. And then the other show we're thinking of seeing is Absinthe, which is kind of like a raunchy, maybe old school.
Under the big top.
Yeah, kind of circus act thing. We heard that you can save a bit of money off the fees by buying it from the location itself. So yeah, we're just gonna take a walk down, take things in, see how they go, have a wonderful time. We're really hungry. We just flew in. It's 3 p.m. We're gonna go find a food truck.
It's the Chef food truck based on the movie Chef with Jon Favreau. We're on our way to the Park MGM where the truck is located, but we are walking through New York right now.
And it's pretty fun. We almost stayed here, but we got switched out last minute.
We've gotten our food. Let me open up Eugen's for you.
I got the mojo or mojo pork bowl, and it's got pickled onions, radishes, pork, plantains, rice, good things. So hopefully very flavorful. I also got a little margarita. And Becca got like a pineapple aqua fresca, yeah.
Here's my vegetarian sandwich. We got portobello mushrooms, eggplant, grilled mojo, tofu, cheese, pickles, mustard, salsa verde on a pressed buttered roll. For something to share, we have the spicy watermelon. So this has kimchi paste and lime on it as well. Lunch was interesting. It was really flavorful. It got like quite spicy in the end, but it just felt like a lot of bread. So I don't know. I don't know if I loved it.
My dish was honestly just not a lot of flavor, especially given how much the cost was. So our whole meal came to about like $70 US.
I ended up basically finishing off Eugene's bowl. I did like it in the end, but the watermelon was really good. It really balanced out like the heaviness of both of our meals, I think.
Walking through here, grab one of those for the road. So we picked up our tickets to the show. Now we're just taking a walk down the street, up, some hot naked dudes right here. Not for fun,
You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, my break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never like those.
Found this lovely bar, 99 Prince, that our friend Angela recommended. And it's themed after like a 1970 New York. Oh, you can hear the subway coming by. And I got a passion fruit whiskey sour. Really into passion fruit after the Brazil trip. So if you haven't watched that series, better check it out. Oh, that's good. Ooh, delicious, so refreshing, so well balanced. I love it when a cocktail feels like a single drink, not like a bunch of ingredients. It's like thick, creamy. I guess there's like an egg white situation happening.
It's frothy.
Love it. It's delicious. Can't wait to see what Becca got.
For my cocktail, I got the Regal Amburana. It has Azua Amburana Cachaça, which is an alcohol still that we enjoy very much. So that's what brought me to it, as well as honey, lime, and a grapefruit twist. Oh my gosh. So like yours, it's like very refreshing. But man, that taste of cachaça is just like bringing me back to Brazil. It's so good. Really great flavors. It's not too sweet. It's very well balanced, just like Eugene's.
So we've been told that there's a secret photo booth, and what we got to do is we got to scan the QR code.
Fill up my cup with the pot, whoa. High off life in the spot, though. Running at the visa, really talking to a real life Mona Lisa. Jesus pieces hanging off the fleecer. So much going on, it's hard to focus on the features. I got too many, I'm going too crazy, and I got bad ones.
After a full day out on the strip, we needed a break before our first big show in a few hours. Walking out of 99 Prince, we stumbled upon an impromptu dance party, one of those unexpected moments that make Vegas memorable. We continued on, passing through the Forum shops at Caesar's Palace. The architecture is incredible, but also don't miss the unique art installations in some of the shops.
So we just got home. We had an awesome day walking the strip, and we came back to our hotel room to discover, you know, that wonderful green color on the outside of the MGM that we were admiring when we first arrived?
One of my favorite design aspects.
Guess what? We figured out where it comes from. A single light. Right outside of our room. I don't know what to make of it all.
My goodness.
Alright, my friends, we took a little break. Before we go see Cirque, we're gonna go get some food, and we want something that's a quick bite. So we're gonna go to the Park MGM. There's an Eataly in there. Let's see what we can find. Maybe some pasta, pizza, I don't know, a Negroni.
Oh, I was gonna say nice peppermint tea.
Ooh, lovely.
I know, I'm wild.
To each his own. It's pretty good.
Oh wow,
I'll be back for one more.
that is a generous salad.
I had delicious fresh pasta with tomato sauce. Nice bite to it, a little crispness, and very refreshing, not heavy at all. Had the whole bowl.
I'm impressed that you finished that bowl. I'm so proud of you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm back, baby.
Fortunately, the tomato with the grilled sourdough was like a little disappointing. The salad was so good. It was like so big. I loved how like fluffy it was. I don't know. Everything was just so good. It had such like an old school Italian flavor.
Yeah, all in all, awesome place to go, especially if you have a lot of people. Everyone can find something they're gonna enjoy. So now we're heading to the tram that's just gonna speed up getting to the Bellagio. This tram on this side of the strip is free, but it only goes a few stops. We made it to the Bellagio. We just came out of O, and first impressions, what do you think?
It was really beautiful.
Really, really awesome.
Yeah.
No, I was really hyped up, but honestly, just like we saw a couple of the videos on YouTube, obviously.
I think it's just a show that I've known about since we were kids, so it was cool to finally see it.
But it totally doesn't do it justice, like how they use the water in different ways and how they reinterpret kind of like traditional circus acts. And
It was just so interesting. I'm so curious how they did it, so I'm really excited to take a look at some of the behind the scenes. For
yeah, in CA there was a lot of cool behind the scenes footage and see the engineering of it all.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go check that out.
Half the excitement for me and half the interest with some of these Cirque shows. Supposed to do these large scale ones.
Infrastructure nerds.
Okay. No, it was very cool, but I am looking forward to going to bed.
Yeah, really
Long
awesome day
day.
today. Long day, a lot on our feet. We got one more show we're seeing here, and we're going tomorrow evening, and it's going to be very different from this one. We've been learning more about the people who put it on. It's actually very cool. So I'll tell you about that later.
Let's give you a quick tour of our MGM Grand Room. It's very spacious with 2 queen beds, but beyond that, nothing too special. You could say we had a view, but I'm mostly seeing green from the night before. There is a shiny desk and 2 lounge chairs. So far, so good. But charging people for personal use of the fridge is ridiculous and needs to be done away with. The bathroom was nice and big, and that's about all there is to it. Overall, the room could use a refresh in more ways than one. But if you're looking for a place to stay, we've had a good experience at the Park MGM in the past. All right, it's time to get back into the sunshine.
Hey, we were at the MGM Grand. They have a really sprawling pool complex. And the sweet thing is that they have a lazy river. So we enjoy that for like a few hours. There's a hot tip. They will rent you or sell you a pool tube for like $30 to $35. But you can buy one on the strip just down a block away for about $3 at the ABC stores. Or next level tip, you can make friends with someone and who's leaving that same day, and maybe, just maybe, they'll give you their tube to take home with you. So that's what happened to us.
There you go. Things
So-
always work out.
We'll have to go back hopefully in the next day or two and enjoy Lazy River, but even if you don't have a tube, it's a great time to enjoy. So
Yeah, you can still walk or swim through it or float through it. You don't need a tube to go in the Lazy River.
that was a great morning, and now we're kind of settling into the evening by going to get some food. Where are you taking me, Becca?
We're going to Gordon Ramsay Fish and Chips. Honestly, like, probably my favorite thing I've eaten so far on this trip. It didn't disappoint. I'd seen this meal in a YouTube video and I was like, wow, that batter looks amazing. And the batter, frankly, was amazing. So super good. Fries were great. They were kind of like a New York fry. And then both dips were like super delicious as well. Buttermilk, I maybe even liked my buttermilk ridge better than the curry mango, but they're just very different. So both were awesome.
So now it's on to our next activity. This is one we really missed out on last time. A lot of the hotels and casinos have kind of like weird experiences buried deep inside of them that if you're just walking around, you really don't see. So we're gonna go check out mini golf in the dark and themed like the Twilight Zone. So for two fans of the Tower of Terror who don't know anything about Twilight Zone other than that,
Let's go play some golf. It was really close like the whole way, I could tell. Basically, if you reached 5 in that course, you just had to move on. So that was kind of happening to us.
half the time.
Yeah, well, I mean like an even amount like throughout the whole game.
The courses itself aren't super complicated,
Yeah.
but they're just like weird, tricky bits, but it's not like one of those elaborate, like with a lot of paths. There's a few of those moments.
It was like very family friendly, which was
Yeah.
great. There was really nothing too tricky, nothing.
But really fun, like
elaborate.
lighting
Yeah,
and
the
like
black
Twilight
light went a long
illustrations,
way.
fun sculptures.
And then what I really loved the most was there was like 1950s music playing the whole time. So basically it reminded me of like the American Graffiti soundtrack or the October Sky soundtrack. It was really, really fun. And it took us about 40 to 45 minutes.
So super doable, very affordable, and great to also come on out of the heat and cool down a little
Yeah.
bit. There was nobody there when we arrived, and then by the time we got
There was
in,
like a few couples /
yeah,
families. So.
started filling up. So
Yeah.
don't be intimidated if it's empty. It's still
Yeah.
fun. Our show Absinthe in an hour and a half is right by Caesar's Palace, and it happens to be that, what is the restaurant called?
Vanderpump Cocktail Garden?
That's right, we're just about to get a seat. It looks very vibey in there.
You do not need to be a fan of the show Vanderpump Rules to enjoy this lush and whimsical bar. We loved our drinks, the Velveteen Rabbit and the English Garden, and the staff were incredibly kind and accommodating. But we soon realized that Absinthe was starting sooner than we thought, and we quickly headed outside to the circus tent in the Green Fairy Garden to get seated for the show.
We just finished Absinthe and we're going to tell you about it, but we were walking to the Bellagio and we think we saw the fountains going off, so we're going to go try to find them. This isn't it! I think we did it.
That was great.
Well, we found the fountains, and boy, did we see an awesome 2 minutes of it. But it was beautiful.
I don't even know if it's 2 minutes, but it's always a good time. And that was my first time seeing it up close at night time. So it was
Yeah.
really pretty with Eiffel Tower in the background. The real Eiffel Tower. It was incredible.
We just wrapped up Absinthe, and we're gonna head to another fun kind of themed bar. But before we get there, we just kind of wanted to give our first take on it. So this is like a sexy burlesque circus show, but it's really more like raunchy than anything else, and like a little on edge. Like I was telling Becca, I felt like often there was all the acts and things are almost like not safe and feel a little sketchy. So everything feels
Like precarious.
precarious
Yeah.
and like all around you, and it's like a very small tent.
What I liked about it is that it incorporated so many different Vegas style acts. So you had comedy with audience work, you had burlesque, you had some dancing incorporated into that. You had all these more acrobatic and circus acts, and then you also had really great music. There was awesome like rock music and pop music, so it just felt very energetic. The whole show. So I want to say, you know, it's definitely a show for a certain kind of person, but there's a lot to offer for a lot of different people at the same time. It's a success. I'm really glad we went. Very different from O that we saw last night. So
it's maybe feeling a little bit too hot here right now. Why don't we hit the hills and have a cocktail?
Sounds good to me.
Ski Lodge is an intimate après ski style speakeasy at the Cosmopolitan. With wood panel walls, digital windows depicting chilly scenery, and decor that contributes to a faux narrative you can't help but want to cozy up to. Unbeknownst to us, the theater company who created it, Spiegelworld, is also behind the show Absinthe and the 99 Prince cocktail bar we visited earlier. Their incredible world building sucks you out of the present day and transports you to a different time and place.
Hey, we're off to another fun restaurant, and this is another celebrity chef that Becca specifically wanted to check out. And the celebrity chef is?
Lorena Garcia.
And the restaurant is?
Chica in the Venetian.
We had an awesome time at Chica. Such a beautiful space.
The music was like pumping, but it was not too loud. You could definitely hear your neighbor, but not the guest beside you, so that was great. It's definitely like a margarita, but has like a nice kick to it. Really, it's not that spicy at all, but it has strawberry in it, so it has like a little bit of like a thickness. That's really good. Just needs to be a little colder.
I'm having the Chicasita, which is the signature house drink, and it's basically a pineapple margarita. It's got also a little bit of a hint of tiki, sourness, sweetness, and a little hint of tequila coming out. Really delicious. So I really enjoyed my meal. The street corn was probably my favorite.
My meal was really good. I love rice, so the texture of it was like really interesting and overall really delicious. The shrimps were like a little bit spicy. They had a great bite to them, but still tender. The environment was so beautiful.
It's like one of those restaurants where there's like a lot of little rooms or like spaces, and they're all like themed similarly, but like different at the same time. So it's kind of cool. You feel like it's a lot more intimate, even though it's a fairly large space.
And our server Chad was amazing, so thank you Chad for making the night so special. He even treated us to a free piece of dulce de leche cake, which was absolutely delicious. Thank you so much Chad for making the evening extra special. I'm really glad that we were able to make it to like a bit of a fancier celebrity chef experience. Chica did not disappoint at all, and it was like a really nice way to end our final like official night.
Heading back to our hotel, we walked along the Venetian's canals, reflecting on our trip. Before catching a sneak peek of the next video, hit subscribe and give us a like if you enjoyed this one. Plus, grab your Google Map with over 50 recommendations pinned down in the comments. In the next episode, we're leaving the Strip and heading to a colorful neighborhood that's a breath of fresh air with a hint of vintage flair. Don't be late!